Let's talk with Casey Boland of Hangold Capital Management on the subject of 401ks. And on 401ks, Casey, you sit down and review people's 401k plans from time to time, do you not?
Definitely, and I was reviewing a new client's 401k plan recently, helping them with their investment allocation, and as I was reviewing their choices, I saw one of their choices was an S&P 500 index fund. Mm-hmm. They had very few choices in their plan, and I was going to recommend they invest part of their assets into the fund, but what caught my eye was that the S&P 500 index fund in their 401k plan had an expense ratio of 1.2%.
And I would assume that's quite high.
Hey, it's very high. I mean, there's several securities in the market today that you can invest in an S&P 500 index fund for under 0.2%. And, this isn't the first time I've reviewed 401k plans, and I find expensive investment choices. But the S&P 500 index fund, it did make sense to me, and so I dug a little deeper, did some more research, and I found several S&P 500 funds out there with expenses over 0.5%.
Wow. Then what you would do with this, you're saying, is perhaps go to your boss and say, do you know what's in this plan? Is that the idea?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if your boss has some weight in the company, I mean, they're likely participating as well. Or you go to the plan administrator, try to get something done, because I see too many plans that have very high expenses. And you know what? Those companies, those plans, they've got a fiduciary responsibility to their employees.
Then another thing I could do if I'm over 59 and a half years of age, what is it?
Well, you could take your assets out of the plan. You can do what's called an in-service withdrawal, where you roll over your assets, there's no tax liability to do it, to an IRA where you can then have the flexibility to invest and build an investment portfolio suited to your needs and with lower expense securities, and you can still continue to contribute to your existing 401k plan.
And then roll over that again in the future if I choose?
Yeah, you can roll it again over in the future at retirement or another juncture when you've accumulated some more assets in the plan.
All right. Good advice, Casey Boland, but, pretty much as always.